Excuse me, does anyone know what's going on with the Kardashian sisters? This is not a joke, y'all, and it has nothing to do with the quarantine or isolation, since the drama comes from a few months ago. Why did Kourtney explode, and why did they even fight? Do the sisters really hate each other? Or maybe they are just pretending to have all of these negative emotions for a reality show? Is Kourtney going to leave the show? You can find all the answers to these questions here. So don't forget to subscribe to Curious Sips and press the little bell icon to stay up to date with our videos. Now, shall we? Season 18 of the most famous reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians has just begun, and along with the new season come scandals, fights, and dramas. But this time, it seems more interesting than ever. I have already told you about the serious, full of anger episodes from Kim and Kourtney, the previous one that I'm talking about. Now, as soon as the recording of the new episodes of the show began, the sisters started off on a very wrong note. There have been so many fights and cursing between the Kardashian-Jenner sisters that nobody can count them anymore. But so far, none has ever ended in such an aggressive fight. It started quite innocently, and it ended up with vulgar name-calling and the use of violence. The conversation began to turn into something intense as Kim began to talk with Kendall about her own deathbed and what the sisters and mothers would do. Kim pointed out that both she and Khloe would be stunned at every event their mother asked them for because Mom Magger is used to acting in every situation. They would come and record the show regardless of the situation they're in. So where did the quarrel begin between Kim and Kourtney and the stem from it? It didn't take much. When Kim spoke to Kendall, the topic quickly was redirected to work. She gave an example that when Kylie needed a replacement because she couldn't go to Paris, her mother knew that Kim and Khloe would always be there when she needed it. Do you think Kim started talking about this on purpose, or was it a mere coincidence? As you can see, Kendall was annoyed by her sister's words because she told Kim that she's having a hard time and has panic attacks, but she worked as hard as she could, whether she was sick or not. So when Kim tried to explain what she meant, things got even more complicated. Kim said, "Mom is used to Kourtney and me," and it immediately changed to, well, to Khloe and me, and that right there was the trigger. Kourtney broke in immediately and began to attack Kim, saying that she had the same narrative in her mind, that she was doing nothing. And with every second that passed, Kourtney became more and more angry. She began to tell Kim, who laughed even more to annoy her, that if she mentioned it again, that she had done nothing, the situation would end badly. And well, there were a few moments of laughter, but Kourtney asked her not to laugh. Kourtney added that she also works very, very hard. Which, you guys, I just don't like Kourtney, so if you feel like the script is a little biased, that's where I'm coming from. But also, Kim knew that she would push Kourtney's buttons by laughing and removing her name from the list of people who were always present on the show. Let's get back to the great drama. After Kourtney expressed her opinion, she became aggressive towards Kim, and then it was only worse. Kourtney was fed up with the constant criticism from her sisters and exploded. She threw her arms at Kim, and there was a dangerous fight between her and Kim. Kicks, punches, name-calling, and scratches. A real fight in the ring without someone who would stop them. Khloe tried to come between them, and she did her best to stop the sisters, but that didn't really help much. Have you guys ever had a fight like this with your siblings? Khloe confessed that both she and Kim were very surprised that it escalated so quickly. She added that they don't know exactly where it came from. She admitted that there had been recent tensions between them, but nobody expected the situation to look so bad. Kim, in an interview with Jimmy Fallon, talked about the situation. She confessed that Kris couldn't believe her eyes what she saw, and she began to cry. She asked her daughters, "Who are you? What happened?" Kim emphasized that she and Kourtney are of course well, but after this situation, the recording was suspended for a week. She added that such situations are not the goal of this program. Everyone is supposed to feel comfortable and safe. Was this all real? I'm just not buying this whole, oh, the show is supposed to be a safe place thing. They need the views, so of course they bring the drama. On the other hand, Kourtney, pleading guilty, said that for years it was her battle with Khloe against Kim. Maybe in the last 3 years, all the dynamics have changed, and now Kim and Khloe are together in a team against her. Kourtney thinks her attitude toward them is a reflection of how her sisters treated her all the time. But what do you think about the whole situation? Of course, in the midst of all the chaos, the fans began to react. As expected, they wrote to Kourtney that they were tired of this approach to the program and that if she participated in it by force, she should just leave. They didn't have to wait that long for Kourtney's answer though. Do you know what she said? as she confessed she already said goodbye to the program. Can you believe it after all these years? Do you think that Kim had something to do with this? During a conversation with Jimmy Fallon on The Tonight Show, Kim confessed that she thought Kourtney had a grudge against her, or didn't want to shoot the family reality show anymore. She also added that her sister is not the type of person who makes a specific decision and says, okay, I don't want to shoot anymore. Instead, she comes with a bad attitude every time. Kim, Khloe, and Kendall encouraged her to express her feelings, and they wanted to find out why she was unhappy. But despite all the efforts, nothing helped. It's been a long time since Kourtney has expressed how she doesn't want to be on the show every single episode, don't you think? On the other hand, fans think Kourtney is actually jealous of her sisters who grew up with her but got more attention than her. All this caused the confusion. Kim confessed that everything that happened was very intense, but things between her and Kourtney were obviously fine now. Do you think it's easy to make peace after such an adventure? Or do you think it's easy to make peace after such a road that millions of viewers saw? Kim also explained that she's usually non-violent, but although it's not seen in the camera, Kourtney scratched her so badly that she was bleeding. That is why she lost her temper. She reacted impulsively and approached her sister and hit her several times. Kim obviously said that she was not proud of her behavior, but she said it was all what happened in the heat of the moment. Finally, she confirmed that her sister Kourtney was taking a break from the reality show. But does this mean that she will no longer film, like for real? Cause we have seen Kourtney say this before, but she showed up the next season every single time. Not so long ago, Kourtney shared her thoughts on the future of her celebrity life and confessed that she wanted to take a break from the cameras and the media world. She said then that it's a temporary thing and that it won't last long. I mean, she has 3 children who are her priority more than the program. She thought that she would run away from all of this to make sure her children will have a normal life. Do you think her plan will work? Mason, Penelope, and Rain have been in the media since their childhood, just like their aunts Kylie and Kendall, so it certainly won't be easy. And as you guys might have seen, Mason is enjoying the spotlight right now. Kourtney not liking this show is nothing new, but fortunately or unfortunately, her presence brought a lot of drama during almost all of the Keeping Up with the Kardashian seasons. Her relationship with her ex Scott Disick had many twists and turns, after which eventually they split up. This controversial relationship was so popular that with a little help from mom Kris, Scott got his own reality show, though his program was considered boring and ended less than a week ago. By the way, did you see that the photo of Kourtney published with her ex-partner Sofia Richie, his current girlfriend? Now, to understand all the sisters' fights, let's go back a little bit in time. In 2018, Kourtney joined the conversation between Khloe and Kim, although in reality she preferred to be on her cell phone. Then Kourtney herself began to say terrible things about Khloe's furniture, which the sister reacted by asking, "What is wrong? Why are you being so rude?" To which Kourtney literally responds, "I'm a born bitch," with rather cynical smile. Do you see that things are not always what they seem? This was not what started by Kim and Khloe. They're just continuing it, which of course is not good. There were many unpleasant and nervous situations. Another fight began where Kourtney couldn't go to the photo shoot and said none of it mattered to her. And there was a moment when Kim really was mad. It was a serious argument with many vulgar words. And at the end, Kim told her sister to leave. Kourtney was upset at all of her sisters many times with her reluctant and rude behavior. And Kim, of course, threw humiliating words at her when the cameras were on. She said repeatedly and accused her of laziness and said that she was not popular at all. Even mommy Kris said that Kourtney was annoying. Also, Kim, under the influence of anger, said that she didn't mind the fact that her sister had left the show because she was the least interesting one to look at, which was caught on the camera. Kourtney later called Khloe crying and saying that she heard it. She was very angry and said that because of it, she felt that the whole family was against her. I mean, I'm not gonna defend her here, but I do believe Kim was a little bit too much. A few weeks after this incident, Kim told her sisters that they would go to therapy together to calm down the situation. However, Kourtney said that she didn't think she needed therapy. Khloe replied that she had communication problems, and instead of trying to solve the problem, Kourtney preferred to ignore her sisters and to look at her phone. So her unwillingness to join the show wasn't just born overnight. It has been on her mind for a long time, but no one expected her to leave completely. Do you think Kourtney and her presence in the family reality show is really over? Do you think she will take a break and come back? I personally believe that she will be back on the show for the sake of money. Probably she will travel for a little while, and when she finds out she has no more money, she will come back with new dramas. So what do you guys think? Let's talk about it in the comments, and remember to like, share, and follow us on Instagram. And more importantly, become a part of our Curiosives family by subscribing to our channel. Until next time.